following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Geological Survey. At approximately 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time, violent shaking was over Yellowstone National Park. It has been confirmed that a 9.1 magnitude earthquake hit at Great Falls Geyser. Several injuries and fatalities were reported as the situation unfolds. Buildings around the park collapsed, making them unrecognizable, or if nothing was ever there. This earthquake may have triggered volcanic activity in the Yellowstone supervolcano. The chances of eruption are very low, so do not panic. I repeat, do not panic. Panicking will make the situation worse. Stay tuned for information on this dangerous situation. Message is transmitted at the request of the United States Geological Survey. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. A mandatory evacuation has been issued for all within a 500-mile radius of Yellowstone National Park. Over the last few hours, the USGS has reported that landmass around the Yellowstone caldera has been rising and severe volcanic activity has been reported under the Yellowstone caldera. Magma has been building up in the surface, and it is likely that the Yellowstone supervolcano will erupt within the next 24 to 36 hours. An eruption of this magnitude will likely destroy the entire western United States and will be covered in massive amounts of ash. Areas within 100-mile radius of the caldera will likely be completely obliterated and uninhabitable and unrecognizable for years, even decades. It's likely that this eruption will be a V8 on the Volcanic Explosive Index. All residents receiving this broadcast are strongly advised to evacuate immediately. This includes the following states: Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Colorado, Utah, western South Dakota and southwestern North Dakota. When you are evacuating, tie a white cloth towel to your door or mail to show authorities that you had safely left the area. Do not use the towel if you need assistance. Should you need assistance, emergency management and law enforcement officials will escort to the nearest pickup point. Gather all the people in your home and take important supplies such as non-perishable food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a flashlight, a first aid kit and a battery-powered radio. Do not take relatives from schools, hospitals or nursing homes. These facilities have their emergency procedures and will act on them accordingly. It is highly recommended that you evacuate to the east coast of the United States, as it will receive little to no ashfall from this eruption. Most importantly, stay calm and do not panic. Panicking will make the situation worse than it already is. Evacuate now. I repeat, evacuate now. If you do not evacuate, you are putting your life in extreme danger. Turn to local media outlets for more information on this dangerous situation. action notification requested by the White House. All EAS participants will follow activation procedures in the EAS Operating Handbook for a national level emergency. The President of the United States, or one of his representatives, will shortly deliver a message over the emergency alert system. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. We interrupt our regular programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This KDVR, we will continue to serve the Kansas City area. If you are not in this local area, tune now into stations providing news and information for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Kansas City area. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This KDVR, we will continue to serve the Kansas City area. If you are not in this local area, tune now into stations providing news and information for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Kansas City area. The emergency alert system has been activated. Stand by. The President of the United States, or his designated representative, will be speaking shortly. The following message I am about to give you has given authorization for the release at the request of myself, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the United States Geological Survey, and the United States government, effective as of 5:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. I regret to inform the citizens of the United States that at approximately 3:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, the Yellowstone supervolcano in Wyoming has violently erupted as a result of a large 9.1 magnitude earthquake that struck Yellowstone National Park. This explosion has sent a massive ash cloud more than 20 kilometers in the atmosphere. An extremely loud boom has been heard throughout most of the country, and massive amounts of ash and magma have been released into the atmosphere. This eruption has been confirmed to be a V8 eruption, the maximum level on the volcanic explosively index. This means that this is a megacolossal eruption, and it is likely that this eruption will result in a global volcanic winter, meaning that temperatures worldwide will drop by 1 degree Celsius, and will also result in crop failures and famine globally. It is expected that ashfall will spread throughout the entire continental United States and parts of Canada within the next 12 to 24 hours. It is with a heavy heart that areas within a 100-mile radius of the Yellowstone supervolcano have been apocalyptic destroyed, and will be uninhabitable for years, even decades to come. People that did not evacuate the radius have died due to lung failure, from exposing themselves to extreme amounts of ash. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation for the entire United States and should be taken very seriously. All Americans, no matter where you live, are strongly advised to seek an underground shelter immediately. You are advised to do the following instructions. Find a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Make sure the room has as few doors and windows as possible. Close and lock all windows and doors. Turn off all heating and air conditioning systems. Close all fireplace dampers and vents. and seal all cracks on doors and windows with tape or damp towels. Gather essential supplies for your shelter, such as non-perishable food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a flashlight, a first aid kit, a fully charged cell phone, phone charges, toiletries, and a battery-powered or a hand crank radio with extra batteries to last you for the duration of this emergency. It is likely that ashfall will be in our country for many years to come. If you have respiratory conditions such as asthma, wear a gas mask to prevent ash exposure. Do not leave your shelter for any reason, as you could die from ash exposure. A supervolcanic eruption has never been seen in the civilized existence of humans. Even though America is in an unprecedented crisis, we will rise up as a country stronger than ever, one nation under God. We have no reason to fall to this cataclysmic event. We hope to rebuild areas that have been lost due to this situation. Always stay positive and have hope during these dark times. Most importantly, stay calm and do not panic. Panicking will only make the situation worse than it already is and could put more lives at risk. Thank you for listening to this message, and God bless America. This is an emergency action termination. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government and the United States Geological Survey. The ash from the Yellowstone eruption back in 2024 has finally cleared out of the country, and all residents may exit their shelters at this time. Even though the threat has passed, there is massive damage to the United States and parts of Canada. Areas within a 100-mile radius from the caldera were completely obliterated, and will uninhabitable and unrecognizable for years, even decades to come. Even our country is devastated. We will not fall. We will come back as nations stronger than ever, as one nation under God. It is unknown to how many people survived, but the National Guard will be looking into the situation. The National Guard is having difficulties rescuing people from destroyed shelters. If your shelter was destroyed, call 911 and the National Guard, if possible, will escort to the nearest military base. Your government thanks for your cooperation during this emergency. This concludes operations under the emergency alert system. Normal programming may now resume.